Hi, welcome to Teaspoon Retro. I'm your host, Teaspoon, and today I've got another foodie rager for you. Yep, just when you thought it was safe to come out again, there she is, seething and absolutely raging. She's not having a good time this Ramadan, is she? Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into it.
No, Tracy, it has nothing to do with Trump, although I don't know how you could be, but it has nothing to do with that. Like, why would you go into somebody's chat who has said the most vile things about Salah and I, like, and compliment her in any way?
Here we go!
That's, like, fucked up to me. That's why I modded you. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, a mod is somebody who, look, if you just want to come in my chat and you have no loyalty to me, whatever, I don't really care. But as a mod, like, that's a little different. Like, that's, you know.
What's different about it, Foodie? Surely your mods are, like the rest of your beezers, just as free to view anybody else that they care to. You know, to watch other people's content. Are you trying to dictate now, Chantal, what your beezers are allowed to watch and what they're not allowed to watch?
Okay, if the audio is messed up for you, go out and come back in and see if that helps. Almost everyone in here cross-watches. Okay, well, somebody who's a mod of mine, let me know now if you like to watch people who are nasty and bully Salah and I every day, because then I'll just unmod you.
Wow. She really is trying to dictate what people watch and what they don't watch, isn't she? Gosh, who do you think you are, Foodie? You have no right to dictate to anybody what they watch and don't watch. It's absolutely ridiculous. This sort of my way or the highway sort of attitude. She's been somewhat of a megalomaniac, I'm afraid, in this instance, and blimey, she just seems to be becoming more and more unhinged. You know, she's gone from sort of being delusional to, delusions of grandeur.
That's my rules. It's my channel, and honestly, I'm disgusted. I don't feel like anyone's effing loyal. I don't know why people who support me would want to cross-watch somebody be vile and disgusting towards us. Like, why would you even want to watch that? Like, that says more to your character. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Chantal, your entire reaction here says far more about you than it does about anybody else. It shows how insecure you are, how thin-skinned you are, how desperate you are to control everybody around you. And it's like you're tightening your grip here because you can feel like you're losing control. Your mods are doing other things, and they're perfectly entitled to do so, by the way. Your beezers aren't going to be 100% behind you all the time. When they see behaviour like this, they're going to start to think, blimey, I think them reaction channels have got a point. So you really are your own worst enemy, Foodie. The tighter that you grip onto people, that you try to retain control, the more it slips through your fingers. And I'm just wondering that you've been in such a bad mood throughout this Ramadan. I think it's more to do with Salah's continuing withdrawal from your sphere of influence that's causing you to keep overreacting to even the slightest thing.
Oh, thanks so much. Like, why would anyone want to watch that kind of abuse happen to somebody that they support? Like, even if I only have 3 people left supporting me, I would rather have that than fake people. I'm tired of the internet because of fake people. I'm tired of people being fake. Like, I hate it.
It's kind of ironic, don't you think, Chantal? That you are accusing other people of being fake when you're the most disingenuous person on YouTube.
Like, even if you say you're going in and you're defending me, I don't care. You're there in the chat giving a view, you're supporting them. You're there listening to their abuse of me, and you say you support me and you're my friend? I don't think so. There's just no way.
Now, Tracy is seen as one of Chantal's most loyal supporters. She's been in several different reactors chats sticking up for Chantal. So Chantal's overreaction here is completely out of line. It's way over the top. Did you have a fight with Salah again, Foodie? About all the time he's spending in the red room? I'm not surprised he's spending time away from you when you're this fractious.
Yeah, but you also complimented her.
Jesus Christ, she only said she had nice tits. What's the matter with you, Chantal? I think Milky's boobs are very nice. And I think a lot of women feel the same way. It's just you, in your insecurities, and the fact that your own boobs are probably pointing at the floor. That's why you've got such a cob on.
If you're my friend and you're a mod, you stay out of their chat, period. I don't need you to defend me. Like, anyways, I kneel.
Yeah, carry on, Foodie. Keep eating your feelings. You're doing great. That's really what you need, isn't it? More junk food.
I got Lucky Burger. It's a Kuwaiti chain. Hey, Crystal. I wasn't even going to bring it up, but you came in here and said it. But like I said, maybe just stay away from my chats for a while, you know? But you brought it up, so I don't know. Are we no longer friends? I don't think that a friend would go in and compliment somebody who says, like, okay, so I posted, actually, Tracy is the one who sent me that Heat Miser picture saying that she looked like Heat Miser. I would have never posted that. Like, if this person, like I was watching your mama, this person has said the most vile things about Salah and myself. I did nothing to these people. Like, it's disgusting.
I don't think Milky has said anything any different to what a lot of reactors have said, to be honest. I think Foodie, the issue with it is that Milky cammed up, she's young, she's slim, she's very pretty, and you're threatened by that. You're seething with anger and resentment and jealousy because that's what you'd like to be. You'd like to be all of those things, but you don't have the willpower to achieve any of it. So, here we are, taking it out on everybody just because you're insecure.
So, whatever. I don't care if I don't have anybody left in my corner. You know why? Because I would rather have nobody in my life than have disloyal people. Plain and simple.
At the rate you're going, Foodie, you soon will have nobody. Nobody will want to associate with you because they'll see what an absolute idiot you are. They'll see right through you and all your bullshit and think, bloody hell, this woman is absolutely bonkers. So, be careful what you wish for, Chantal.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not like, I'm not forgiving with stuff like that because once you betray, like, trust, there's no point for me, like, with stuff like that, I don't know.
Again, Chantal, your reaction is completely disproportionate. All Tracy said was that Milky had nice boobs. What the fuck is wrong with you? Honestly. I mean, let's face it. Your husband, your loving husband, cheated on you at least 3 times that we know of, and that you know of. And his infraction was far more grievous than Tracy's. But you're all okay with it. You keep forgiving Salah, and he's done worse. But, oh, heaven forbid that somebody says something nice about another woman. Whoa, you fly completely off the handle. Yeah, I think the real problem here is, Foodie, is that you're just terribly insecure and that you can't stand the fact that Milky is smart, slim, pretty, you know, the whole package. She's got the whole package. Great personality, all of it. And you can't handle that. You can't handle the fact that she's beautiful and that she has all these qualities because you have none of those qualities. And you're never going to have those qualities because you're just an all-round shitty person.
Anyway. Okay, so I got these loaded fries. I don't know what's on them, but... And a buffalo burger that has ranch buffalo sauce, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you don't like her, but you still complimented her. Like, after everything that she said nasty, like, about Salah and I. Like, what kind of friend is that? Seriously.
Well, Chantal, what kind of friend are you? You've always been a lousy friend to people that you're involved with. I mean, when Pete was depressed and really down and needed the company of another person, you just turned around and went, when his mental health's not my problem. Because you were busy getting D by he who shall not be named. And that was far more important to you than actually standing by what you say is your best friend and getting him through a tricky time. You just weren't bothered. And here again, Tracy. You say Tracy's one of your number one mods. You have a close relationship with Tracy. You could have done all of this offline, but no, you wanted to make it public. You wanted to make it deeply personal, and you wanted to humiliate Tracy as much as you possibly could. And there's just something so uncomfortable about all of that sort of screams almost like a toxic relationship. It's abusive. You're being abusive towards Tracy. And Tracy really, really gets down here. She really starts practically crying in chat and saying, I'm so sorry, I won't do it again. And it really, really is uncomfortable stuff to read and to listen to, because you're seeing a woman being beaten down by an absolute tyrant who thinks that everything should always go her way, demands the utmost of loyalty from her beezers and her mods, while offering absolutely nothing in return.
Imagine somebody seeing that. Oh, Chantal's top mod is in somebody fucking disgusting in Vile's chat saying she has complimenting her body.
Fancy being so intimidated by a pair of boobs, eh?
After this person body shamed Salah and I. Like, no, sorry, just get out of here, honestly, because I'm really pissed.
Is it body shaming to state the obvious? To state facts? I mean, don't forget, this is Salah's own fault that his own peen pic is out there in the first place. He's the one who released it to Kai Bella. So, you know, he set himself up for it. It's his own fault. You know, and I agree with the assessment. He really should have sued somebody for that. That's definitely should have been on a episode of botched surgeries. Is that what it is? That program called botched surgeries? On there anyway. Could have been on there. Could have made a bit of money from it, couldn't he?
You know something? You disgust me.
And I wasn't going to say anything. Like, I told you before I blocked you on WhatsApp, I just said, don't come into my chat, like, for a while.
Oh, so you did speak to her beforehand then. And yet you still went live and you're still berating her in public in the court of opinion of your beezers.
Deirdre doesn't compliment my people who are... I wouldn't even say enemy, because I have to give a shit enough about you to be my enemy. Literally, I live my life and these people talk the worst things about Salah and I, and, like...
But ask yourself, why are people saying such nasty things about you and Salah? It's because of your behaviour. Your behaviour, Chantal, and your attitude towards everybody. The way you neglect your pets. Your insane levels of delusion and hypocrisy. And that's just for starters. Salah, well, he decided that he was going to message another Beezer, Kai Bella, and that he was going to put in his text messages very, very disturbing things, that he wanted to grape people, that he wanted to take a dump on people, that he wanted to sniff farts for 8 hours. Real, incel sort of shit. And you wonder why you get a tough time. And it's, like I say, Chantal, it's because of the behaviours that you've both exhibited.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and shit talk to you, like, every live. Or talk about it beyond this point, honestly, but I'm not, like... I know there's not much loyalty on the internet. And honestly, whatever, but... people who are my mods, yeah, you have to be loyal to me or else don't be a mod. Like... anyone is expendable if they're going to be disloyal, 100%. Like, this is my space of the internet, okay? I don't have, like, the mental health, and this is, your mama said this and this is true.
Go fuck yourself.
Don't play the mental health card, Chantal. Really? It really annoys me that whenever her behaviour is called into question, her immediate defence is, oh guys, I've not got good mental health. I mean, I know I'm a complete bitch and I'm raging and swearing and all that, but it's not my fault. No, it's because I've got mental health problems, okay? Don't do that, Chantal. It really annoys me when people use that as an excuse to explain away their disgraceful behaviour. There are lots of people who suffer from depression, and that doesn't turn them automatically into narcissistic assholes. You can have depression and not be a twat. You, Chantal, are being a twat. And that's got nothing to do with mental health whatsoever. It's just because you're a twat.
Why I don't want to be in lolcow universe either. Like, I know I defend myself and I run my mouth a lot. I don't want to. This is my space of the internet. I don't want to live in constant negativity. Like, it's sickening. So, like, for example, this person that Tracy complimented their body on, like, she has said the most disgusting, and the only way I know that is because I was watching Yo Mama's last live stream of him roasting Yaba's vile, weird panel. Basically just a bunch of adult women getting up on panel and body shaming, bullying, the most vile things. And then I'm not allowed to say anything back? I don't think so. So this Ronald McDonald, Freddie Mercury lookalike has the nerve to come on and start insulting my husband when she looks like Heat Miser. So after all those nasty things that were said, why would you even go in the chat? Why would you even watch somebody just be nasty to me? I don't get it. I hate the internet. I fucking hate the internet.
Keep eating, Chantal. Keep venting at people. I don't know. The person that you're really angry at is Salah. He's the one who's been absent so much lately, who patently doesn't want to be anywhere near you. And for the majority of Ramadan, you've been on your own, eating alone, going out to eat alone, and it's really pissing you off. And all it is at the end of the day with you is you look at Yaba and Milky and anyone else who dares disagree with you, they just become convenient whipping boys for you to take your frustrations out on.
She told me in a WhatsApp message today that she was in this Milky Idiot's chat, saying she doesn't like her, but then complimenting her. Like,
I thank God Almighty for titties and bears. Fat titties and bears.
Again, Chantal, I have to ask, what is your problem with titties?
Nina, I'm mad that one of my top mods was in one of my bullies' chats complimenting her. Yeah, idiot.
What are you, fucking nuts?
By the way, speaking of Yaba's panel, there was one woman who looked like Matt Damon in drag. She was a teacher. Oh, shut up, Barbarella, you idiot. Anyway, imagine being a teacher and bullying people on the internet for your free time. This woman is responsible for impressionable young minds and is a fan of Yabbas and teaches, and you think you have a one-up on me? What did she do? She went on panel and said, I think her husband's gay. Well, I think you're a stupid idiot and shouldn't be teaching children and should probably lose your job.
From what I understand, Chantal, it was merely an observational comment, not a slanderous one. She said, she thinks, you know, judging by his behaviour. There's nothing slanderous in that. That's like me saying, if you look up at the sky and the clouds are grey, I think it's going to rain today. It's just an observation.
Who contribute to society? Please. What do they contribute? They bully people online, then they go teach children?
Are you asking somebody else seriously what they contribute to society? What a teacher contributes to society? I can tell you for one thing, Chantal, contributes far more to a society than you do, or have ever done. I mean, what do you contribute to society? You fled to Kuwait to get away with paying your taxes that you owed in Canada. You had 2 bankruptcies. You got sacked from every job you've ever had. I mean, you're seriously questioning what a teacher, the pillar of our communities, who are overworked, underpaid and underappreciated, you're asking what they contribute to society. Got a nerve, ain't you, Chantal? I'm sure this is how Chantal thinks. I know you're a teacher, right, but, you know, and you're dead clever and you know stuff, and you work really, really long hours, and you have to teach kids and stuff, but well, that's nothing really. I mean, think of me. I have an exhausting 4-hour day. I mean, you know, I work so hard, lifting the spoon to my mouth, or lifting the burgers in my hands. It's really hard work. I don't think I'm appreciated for all the stuff I do. I mean, I bring joy to the masses, don't I?
You're a dick. You give other Canadians a bad name.
Get out of here, loser. Like, how am I going to rage against idiots like that? You just reveal yourself.
Really?
And then, like, I don't understand people who support me wanting to watch that crap. So if you do support that, then leave my chat or let me know now and I'll block you. I would rather have 50 people than have fake people who support that shit.
The way you're going, Chantal, you'll be struggling to hit 5 people. Never mind 50 people before long. For God's sake, Chantal. 41 almost. 41 years of age. And you still can't feed yourself properly. Acting like an utter glutton in public with sauce smeared all over your face. It's disgraceful.
Yeah, your sunglasses are microplastics, you dummy. You don't think everyone has microplastics? And she comes on, all these women hate themselves because she comes on, she's like, Foodie Beauty, if you're watching, only through your mama. I'm pretty, that's subjective, so am I.
Right.
I'm engaged, I'm married, so what's your point? And I have a job. I probably make more than you eating this shit sitting on my fat ass than you at your job. So what?
You might make more money, Chantal, but what have you got to show for it?
Absolutely nothing.
That's the problem. That's the point. You spend all you earn on food. You've got absolutely nothing to your name. You sold your Kia. You gave away all your stuff at the villa. You've got nothing to your name.
I don't want any of it to go away, but just don't come in my chat. Bye.
What a complete slob.
But I know that there are a few people, especially mods, you know, they should not be like traitors.
Seriously, Chantal, you're going to call a mod a traitor because she went into another reactor's chat and she's always stuck up for you as Tracy and said to Milky, I don't like you, but you've got nice boobs. And this is what you call traitorous behaviour. You need to get your head checked out. Seriously.
Oh yeah, I'm narcissistic, sure. You don't even know what that word means. Oh, so because I'm not allowed to have any feelings about people betraying me? That makes me a narcissist. Right.
I would say, Chantal, simply put, that yes, you are a narcissist.
It's so ridiculous.
Ridiculous that you're causing all this fuss over a pair of boobs.
Any of the shit reaction channels, if their top mod was in my chat complimenting me, do you not think they would go scorched earth?
No, they wouldn't, Chantal. Because you know why they wouldn't? Because they're not narcissists. That's why.
It might sound petty to a lot of people, like, oh well. I don't want people to interact with me in my chat if they support people who are extremely vile and abusive towards me. Like, you know?
Right, so correct me if I'm wrong, Chantal, then. What you're saying is that your beezers or your mods cannot have any opinion which conflicts with your own. They're supposed to just nod and make all the right noises and enable your behaviour. That's what you want, isn't it? Enablers who bow to you and never say a wrong word in your direction, and are just completely subservient to you.
People. So no, my goal is not to just build my channel. I've always said I will be so grateful and happy if I have 100k subscribers and get my plaque. I've done that. They talk behind my back because they are behind me. But do they dare to say words to my face? In reality, of course not. Will their words make or break anything? No, their words are like farts on a towel. Oh, that's funny. Farts on a tile. Did they really see his? They think they saw it. They don't know anything. And what's disgusting is that even if it was, which they have no proof, no face, no case, baby. Even if it was, how dare you promote revenge porn? You people are fucking vile. Honestly. What I need to do with my life is just honestly let God deal with all these idiots. That's it. It's not my problem anymore.
So, Foodie, if you believe that in some way some summary justice is forthcoming to people you feel have wronged you, can I ask, what do you think God's opinion would be on your abuse of animals? What would you think about that? What justice do you think might be forthcoming in that case?
She hasn't left Montreal in 10 years, yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, I saw a clip on your mama's channel. The smoky FF Potato had the nerve to say that I don't contribute to society. Bitch, you have 9 evictions. You had 9. I don't know how people just gloss over that, okay? 1 eviction. 1. 1 is a lot. I couldn't imagine being taken to court once for that. 9 times? You've never paid your rent. You're not paying your rent for that many years? And I don't contribute to society? How the hell do you know? How the hell do any of you know anything about our life? You don't. You know that I've had bankruptcy?
Just to correct you there, Foodie, if your memory is failing you, which it seems to be, it's bankruptcies, plural, not singular. FFG has paid all her debts. Have you paid yours? No. You're still evading tax out there in Kuwait. So it's not just 2 years worth of tax that you owe Canada, it's 4. Over 4 years now, so have fun paying that back. And yeah, you've contributed nothing to society, Chantal. You haven't paid into the tax system. That means you've not contributed towards the system that you were taken out of. So it's entirely correct to say that you've not contributed anything to society, because you haven't for years.
Which I've proven I'm paying off, and it will be paid up very, very soon. And then what? Hey, Rebecca. And Tracy, listen, I'm not, like, I don't hate you, and I'm not gonna talk shit about you. I just need space, alright? Like, I do focus. How do you know I don't focus on the teachings of my faith just because I don't talk about it online? Like, if I don't talk about something online, like, people just assume it doesn't happen or they know everything about my life. That's not true. I don't know. Like, people think that it's so easy to just not respond. Like, I don't know if I should just stop watching Yo Mama, like, because that's where I hear it all from.
That sounds like excellent advice, Chantal, and I would take it if I were you. Yo Mama clearly enjoys gassing people up. He really thrives on creating that sort of drama. And the thing is, you're the one that's going to suffer the consequences. Because one of these days he'll gas you up to an extent where you say or do something completely out of line and it costs you your channel. Meanwhile, he'll skip away scot-free. He's not your friend, Chantal. You think he is because he validates your views, but he isn't. He's in it for himself.
I support what he does because he's the only one in the community who calls out shit. And he does a good job and it gives me a laugh. But sometimes it does trigger me. Sometimes I'm just like, I feel like I need to defend myself because it's the hypocrisy and the stupidity is so great that, like, what? No, it doesn't matter. And that's exactly like with the friggin' marriage certificate, because no matter what I say, look how many times I've weighed myself and they still say the scale is broken. No matter what I say or do, why am I going to spend so much energy trying to justify myself to people who just want me to be unjustified and don't believe anything I say anyways? And that bitch is gonna lose her channel because I'm gonna strike everything. Trust me.
That's always your go-to, isn't it, Chantal? Striking channels just because they say things that you don't like, because they tell you how it is. All this anger of yours stems from your own insecurities. You're definitely intimidated by someone who is younger, smarter and prettier than you, and you can't handle it. So your next course of action is to remove her from the platform altogether. And it's not going to work, Chantal.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you are just reacting to my content, even if you're being, whatever, that's different than a complete hate. And there's like some channels who are just really vile and disgusting, and that's one of them. Which only gets like 2K views anyways, but whatever. It's vile. It's vile. And that's against terms of service, so.
Chantal, you've committed so many terms of service violations that they're too many and numerous to list here. I mean, just recently, the whole PayPal thing, encouraging people to sponsor you and to donate to PayPal as opposed to sending it you through super chats and things like that. Avoiding YouTube's payment system, which is obviously where they take their 30% with the super chats and things like that. Encouraging people to use PayPal instead, and bypassing YouTube's system, therefore, is a major terms of service violation. Your live streams when you're in the car and you're driving while streaming, that's terms of service violation and breaks rules of Q8. You know, so I think it's a bit rich to talk about other people breaching terms of service when you're the one that's the biggest breaker of them.
That's the problem with, I'm not mad that she, like, you people are dumb. Like, you think that I care that people think she has a more attractive body? I don't give a shit.
Sure, Jan.
Like, not everyone likes thin people, okay? And it's not that she complimented her body, it's that she gave her a compliment, period. That's the problem with you dumbasses of the world. You think that you won up Amber Lynn and I by fat shaming us and saying that there's way worse things than being fat and you're all of those things, okay? I didn't say she was attractive, foo-foo egg. And no, my mods cannot go in there and compliment somebody who is fucking nasty to us. No, they can't.
And you will respect my authority!
Why would that be a problem? Do you think that any of the reaction channel would put up with their mods doing that? Like, make that make sense. I don't find her conventionally attractive. She looks like Freddie Mercury and Justin Bieber had a love child. And the body of a 12-year-old boy. So no, I don't find, sorry.
What an odd and disturbing thing to say, Chantal. That Milky has the body of a 12-year-old boy. It's strange that. Why does your mind go to that comparison, I wonder? Brings back memories of the Omegle incident, to be honest.
That's subjective. I don't find that attractive. And neither does my husband, so.
Are you sure about that?
She can say all she wants about my looks, so fuck her. Seriously. Don't act surprised when I bite back when you come for me every day. Like, kiss my fat ass. Yeah, she's getting fucking off on this, I know. Her and her little small 2K view channel. No more attention for that bitch. True, Becca. They talk about, exactly that. They talk about my looks all day, every day. And then people who are supposedly want to support me have a problem with me defending myself. Like, that's ridiculous.
But you're going beyond defending yourself, aren't you, Chantal? You're then making remarks about Milky's appearance, comparing her to Freddie Mercury and Justin Bieber. Now, I'm not keen on Justin Bieber, but I adore Freddie Mercury, and I would take that as a compliment, and Milky does too. She says it's a compliment to compare her to what is one of the most legendary frontmen in rock, if not the legendary frontman in rock.
And then someone who I thought was a friend and a mod goes into that channel, watches it. No, not anyway. I'm gonna finish my thought, okay? If you don't like it, bye. Goes into there and compliments them compliments her body after this bitch body shames me and my husband when we're both better looking than you at 400 pounds.
You serious?
Saying his hairline looks like McDonald. You look like whole ass fucking Ronald McDonald, bitch. And you wouldn't say that to my face because I'd smack the buck teeth right out of your head. Muslim or not.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's definitely a term of service violation, Chantal. And that's one that can actually get your channel taken down altogether. I shall be reporting this to YouTube. Threatening another creator, and that is what you've made, a direct threat, is absolutely, completely and utterly unacceptable.
I can say whatever I want, Spudnik. Again, if you don't like it, go somewhere else.
No, you can't, Chantal. Not when it involves directly threatening the safety and well-being of somebody else. And you might believe you can say and do what you want, but just remember, there are consequences when you do.
Yeah, Lizzie, but people think that I'm 450, so I'm just gonna say that I'm 450 from now on. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Hey, Walking Beyond Borders, Jason and Lena, hello.
Might not matter to you, but I can guarantee it matters to your internal organs.
It's not unusual.
Because I want to go to the beach and see the animals, but I hope no one bites me. Honestly, so yeah, like, my point is, you're allowed to be anywhere you want on YouTube. That's not my point.
Right.
But I don't really want people in my chat or hanging out with me, even if it's just online, with the mentality that these people are entertaining when all they do is bully people over and over every day, and they're disgusting. They have nothing to talk about on their podcast other than making assumptions that are disgusting, saying that Salah's gay. Where the fuck is your proof of that? You're an idiot. And this is a teacher.
Oh, Chantal's found her second wind again. Brace yourselves.
Like, get a life. Or making fun of my body? Like, but you watch Yabba and Sam? They're like together, like 800 pounds. And you have the nerve to make fun of Amberlynn and I. Let's make a panel if you want to talk about anything about Amberlynn or Foodie Beauty. Meanwhile, you're all more vile and awful. Smart people talk about interesting topics, okay? They don't talk about other people all day and night. About stupid things, wondering about their bathroom habits, wondering if they have microplastics. You're gonna flex on how you look when your brain is mush like that, thinking that's funny? There's probably microplastics because she eats junk all the time. What do you think Yabba eats, dumbass? What do you think they eat? You think they eat organic quinoa and chicken to look how they do? God, these people are dumb. I hate stupid people like this. I can't stand it. I really...
Chantal's driving is scarier than ever, and it's driven somewhat by her agitated state. She's not really concentrating on what's going on around her. She's just consumed with rage. It's not a good time to be driving. Honestly, it's nerve-wracking sometimes watching her drive. Blood my neck. Feel like I need to take a Xanax before I start watching.
Can't. Idiot. I'm pretty. Okay, so am I. And you're not going to make me think any different just because you take pictures of me and you make them look worse for your thumbnails.
I hate to break it to you, Chantal, but they're not purposely making them look worse. That's what they actually look like. It's just that you're so deluded you can't actually see what you really, really look like.
Or pictures of me where I'm purposely making myself look ugly. Everyone looks ugly once in a while. Like, I don't know. Like, people are dumb. Like, how are grown women flexing this shit on other people to make themselves feel better? Like, what kind of people are you? That's why I like living here. If you want me to be completely honest, I'm tired of people like that in my audience. I'd rather you not watch and give me no views. I don't care. I'll live, trust me. Like, nobody here in Kuwait does that kind of crap. Nobody. They don't go online and have bully hate channels. Yeah, you have freedom of speech and you use it to try to degrade others. That's all you do. It's disgusting. You're just pieces of crap, honestly. Like, what? Talk about my mother, but that's okay. Talk about me. Talk about my family. That's okay, right? And I'm not supposed to ever defend myself because the deflection happens. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're fucking right. I'm a vile person. If you talk about my family and you come for me and my husband all the time. Yeah, I'm going to fucking defend myself once in a while. So don't cry about it.
Chantal, if you don't calm down, you're going to end up stroking out behind the wheel. And that could have disastrous consequences for not just yourself, but for everybody else around you on the road. Heightened emotional states and driving do not mix whatsoever. They can have lethal consequences. So you need to calm down. Pull over somewhere and calm down.
Talking about people being shit obsessed. You're the only one shit obsessed. That's all your brain has the capacity to talk about on your panels is my crap habits.
Hate to break it to you, Chantal, but over numerous live streams, you've been farting and shitting yourself in that order within moments of eating your food. So of course people are going to notice a correlation between the two. Cause and effect, I suppose. And also, just to remind you, we're not the ones with a scat fetish. Your husband is.
The nerve. Please. Grab a spoon and eat a pile of it. Ugh, these people make me honestly sick. One of them had the nerve to be like, I can have kids. So now you're infertility shaming people now? Like, what? Why? Because I say that you're like, I pity your kids growing up with parents like you. Number one, your baby daddy was a meth head and you let your kids around that motherfucker. Two, all you do, they have to play around in a house where you and your wife are raging and wearing my pajamas and raging and body shaming women. You don't think that they're going to hear you making fun of fat people and know someday that you have a fat podcast? And if they, for God forbid, they ever get chubby, you don't think that you're going to give them a complex? Your kids are going to need therapy, so I hope you save up some of your shitty merch money for therapy for your kids. I hope so. You're disgusting. And you're calling me sick for talking about your pedo baby daddy because there was a victim? Bitch, the only reason you care about that is because you got caught. You got caught hiding what he was. And no. There's another stupid lady on her panel who looks like a sober MFW. Listen, bitch, okay? I'll tell you something right now, loser. Right now. Nobody ever said Yaba was responsible for what her baby daddy did, or that she even knew about it, all right? But when she did know about it, here's the problem. So open your ears because they're clearly clogged. That or you're just stupid, and I'm really guessing the latter.
Right, I'm going to explain this as patiently as I can to you, Chantal. The reason why Yaba and Sam put in a positive obituary was because there's children involved. And at the end of the day, whoever their dad is, whatever crimes their dad committed, doesn't change the fact he's their dad all the same. Now, there are aspects, obviously, of his character which, putting it mildly, were deeply troubling. And the things that happened. I'm not going to go into those things here. But what I'm saying is, when children are young, and some of Yaba's children are still young, They don't need to know at that stage who their dad was. That's a conversation that you can probably have with children when they're older. But when they're younger, you have to protect them sometimes and shield them for some uncomfortable truths. And it's not something that they need to know at this stage. So the positive obituary involved was to protect the children, because that's their dad. And you seem to keep missing this point, Chantal, and it doesn't resonate with you. And let me put it this way. I don't have children, right? And it resonates with me. I can understand why why Yabba and Sam put in a positive obituary into the papers. Those poor children had just lost their dad. What are Yabba and Sam supposed to do? Were they supposed to sort of put in the papers everything that he'd done? All his faults? Of course not. You don't do that. You don't make things worse for the children by sort of subjecting them to that sort of thing. So, for now, at least, this is what they know.
Whenever they knew about him being a child diddler, alright? What did they do after? They named their fucking dog after him in memorial. Sam put out a tweet demanding respect on his name because he's a veteran. Then, the glowing 3-page obituary memorializing this sick fuck. So that's the problem, alright? That's the problem. And yeah, I'm gonna bring it up every time you bring up my husband or anything like that. Fair game, alright? Yeah, that's right.
And what about the victim in this case, Chantal? Are they fair game too? Is it alright for you to keep bringing up distressing details that child went through over and over again just to satisfy your need to gain something over someone else? No, I tell you something, Chantal. Every time you do that, you're not making Yabba and Sam look bad. You're making yourself look bad. You're making yourself look like the twisted, morally bankrupt, thoroughly repugnant human being, and I have to use that term loosely where you're concerned, that you are. You're absolutely fucking disgusting. You really are.
So sit and take it, because you dish it all day. And when you get a little bit of the shit back, you cry. She's sick from talking about that. Keep crying. Nobody cares. You're the biggest hypocrite. Anytime someone makes a little bit of content about you, or whenever your mama tries to use your stream, you private it like a big fat coward that you are. That's what you are. And I hope you react to this tomorrow morning over your little coffee with your shitty merch and your kids running around having to listen to this. That's disgusting, honestly. You're vile. Like, wow, I'm sorry, but this is disgusting. These people need to be deplatformed. Like, what do they contribute to the internet? Seriously.
And what do you contribute to the internet, Chantal? Huh? Video after video of you sitting there stuffing your face, platforming and monetising your eating disorder. Is that acceptable? Is that a great thing for the internet? The only person who needs to be deplatformed at this point, Chantal, is you.
Except more hate. At least we have fun. Like, when I defend myself, yeah, I go low, but still not as low. Like, I point out things right back. No one's perfect. No one's an angel. So if you cover me, you can bet that you have skeletons. And so far from what we've uncovered in Gore World, the skeletons are a lot bigger than me eating 50 cups of rice on fucking camera, okay? Or saying the F word, whatever. Please. Like, I've never encountered a bunch of individuals more stupid than Gore World. A bunch of fat asses with self-projection, with self-image issues so bad that they don't cam up. Or when they do, they go right back off a camera.
Chantal Milky cammed up, didn't she? And your whole rage is all about the fact that one of your mods went into her chat and said, and made a compliment about her boobs. So, you don't like it when people cam up. I think you believe people should only cam up if they're perhaps bigger than you. Be a struggle to find someone, I imagine. But that would be your idea. Somebody older, somebody bigger, all of those things just so you can zero in and then you can be disparaging about their appearance. That's the only reason you want people to cam up for. You don't want the younger, prettier ones camming up because that hurts your ego. You like to try and elevate yourself above everybody else because you're filled with your own sense of importance.
Because they can't handle the body shaming. When have I ever gone off camera? Other than like once or twice. With all the crap I take from you people body shaming me every day, Amberlynn too, we still cam up. So we are 100 times better than you on that.
People don't body shame you, Chantal. They just point out the absolute obvious. And your hypocrisy and your lies. And the morally bankrupt nature of your character. And you don't like it, so you try and turn it around and saying people are making it about your weight. I've said numerous times, my dislike for you has nothing to do with your physical appearance. It has everything to do with the sort of person that you are.
Because you know why? Because we don't give a shit what you think about our body. Like, who the hell are you? I'll say it again. Are you going to be worried? I saw a clip from your mama with FF Gunt having the nerve to say, wow, I didn't think she was this big. What do you think would happen, ma'am, if you cammed up after 2 years? This is going on 3 years, no camming up since Shannon's. And back then, you look like you were 300 pounds. What do you think now? What do you think now? And not only that, but you look like friggin' John Candy. You look like a friggin' man. Like, with no teeth. How do you look like you have no teeth when you have teeth? What the fuck? And you're gonna make fun of someone else's looks? Like, I don't know like how people are so demented. Really. I could be 800 pounds and still prettier than you. So you have some nerve coming for someone who's better than you all around. Like, I really, like, ugh.
There she is again, throwing in the whole I'm better than you. It's the narcissistic rage in her that's trying to reassert its own sense of importance and superiority over someone else.
It's so stupid, honestly. People are really demented. Like, to watch somebody comment on a woman whose overweight looks when this person, if you don't cam up, you really have no business flapping your gums about anybody, okay? You're a coward. But, like, it's just so weird. Like, you're more disgusting. Like, I've shown the pictures. Like, I could never imagine looking like that and coming for someone. Like, I don't get it, but whatever.
Just think, all this rage over some
Boobs.
That's what drives me crazy. I'm sick of being surrounded by white trash, honestly. Like, just get the fuck out of my chat and out of my life. Like, find some kind of content, find someone else to talk about, because after this, I'm not giving you any drama to talk about, and I'm gonna make you watch me eat, okay? And I'm gonna be 100 times more disgusting when you watch me eat. So,
What are you, fucking nuts?
I don't know, you must love it, even though you sit there and say, ew, I can't watch her eat. But you fucking do it, bitch. You know why? Because you have nothing else. That's why you do it. That's why you do it. Because you're a one-trick pony with the personality of goddamn dog shit. That's why you do it. And I love that for you. No, I'm not talking about Tracy. You know who I'm talking about. Hey, Carolina. Hey, Nina. That felt really good.
I think your blood pressure and cardiovascular system might have something different to say about that, Chantal.
Yeah, Milky too. She thinks she's so fucking hot because she's thinner. Oh no. Yeah, I'm really jealous of your B cups and your buck teeth and your Freddie Mercury fucking looking face. Justin Bieber. Not to mention you're a vile bitch.
And you aren't?
Anyway, so what's up?
Chantal thrives on toxicity. Anyone that thinks differently just needs to take a look at her face right now. Look how happy she is. She's loving being vile.
And guess what? Let me turn the lights on for this one. I would not have to say any of this shit about these people if they didn't come for me every single effing day. Every day. She just talked about my infertility. See how disgusting these people are? I don't care. I would rather be infertile than ever give birth to an offspring piece of shit like you. Alright? Some of these people shouldn't even be mothers because their parenting is so shit. Look at Sam. Every one of her kids has a criminal record. They don't even have anything to do with her. She stole money from her kids. She made fun of their cocaine addiction and that they have to prostitute for a living. Nice parenting. I would rather not be a parent. Thank you. And I would rather not bring a child into this world. I don't care. I don't want bratty kids running around. I like my freedom. I don't want to be a fucking mom, okay? So you can't shape me on that.
Having seen the way you treat people around you and your negligence with your pets, I'm extremely glad you aren't one, Chantal.
And Salah doesn't want kids either, so nice try. And even if he did and he left me for that, I don't care. There's plenty of people out there. I don't give a shit. You're never going to ever shame me on that. Thank you.
That's a weird thing to say, that you wouldn't give a shit if Salah left you. Just shows how emotionally invested you are in this relationship, doesn't it?
These people get away with revenge porn, infertility shaming, and that's okay, right? But I'm vile to the point where I need to be talked about. And what do they do? Do they talk about my behavior on panel? On their stupid shit podcast? No. They speculate that my husband's gay.
There's no defamatory statement in speculation.
They talk about my gut having microplastics. Real intelligent podcast conversation you have going on there. Deliverance. Ugh, I hate these people. Seriously. I'm gonna have a podcast. Okay. Like, what do you care, Cookie Milk? What does that have to do with anything? Now they're making fun of her for using wasps because they have no brain to talk about anything intelligent.
Chantal, when was the last time that you were able to have a deep philosophical conversation about anything? All you talk about is food. You can barely string entire sentences together. They're so broken up by all the chewing and moaning and eye-rolling in between.
Calling him gay for what? Like, where's the proof of this? Like, what? I can assure you he's not. I'm just defending myself, exactly. Hey, Nina. What started this? Just curious. Talking about people, like, being in reactors chats that I'm supposed to trust, but not just that. I'm not talking about anybody with that right now. I'm not talking about that. I was watching Yo Mama last night, and, like, he was reacting to,
See, that's your problem, Chantal. You need to stop watching Yo Mama. He's the one that's gassing you up all the while, and he's going to gas you up to an extent where you lose your channel, and you'll only have yourself to blame. People have told you on numerous occasions that he's inciting you to rage.
We need another name for her. Reacting to Scabba's fucking stupid podcast panel, and so I was just venting about that. And you know what they think? They say, she's gonna rage about this. Imagine being an adult, responsible for children, again, and that's your goal in life, is to make someone rage, to push them to an emotional point where they rage.
That's on you, Chantal. Your response to anything levelled your way is on you, not on anybody else.
Like, and then have the nerve to say that I'm a bad human being. Okay, alright. Whatever you say. Yeah, Shani is another idiot. Oh my god. Watches, like, honestly. No, I mean, I'm not happy with what happened, but I don't want people to bully her, like, incessantly, you know? Fake friends. Mustard, yeah.
That's why you should have done this offline, Chantal. You were annoyed, and you were talking about her betrayal, and then, now you're trying to walk it back. You've realised Tracy is catching a ton of flack for it. And you're the ones who's gassed your beezers up to start with.
Yes, Jack. Hey, Jack. They spend their entire free time making fun of people, exactly. No, Mystical, I'm not your guide. Does my channel say anything about Islam? No. I'm not going to be there talking about Islam because I know I'm not a good representative for it.
You're goddamn right.
I'm a flawed person, a Muslim revert, new, and I'm sorry, but I guess 2 years is still new, as opposed to being raised. I'm not here to guide people spiritually. No, I'm not an Islamic channel. That's what Gore World hates. They hate to see me really, you know, they hate to see me happy in any way, successful in any way.
You're patently not happy. This rage is just one of the many examples of that. Successful? Your views are tanking on your channel because you just keep ignoring the advice of your beezers and actually doing content that they want to see.
Yeah, I like how they go, not that there's anything wrong with being gay.
There isn't. You're the one that seems to have a problem with it.
Like, you literally have no proof at all. Like, you're just being disgusting and derogatory. You're using it as an effing insult. I'm sorry.
No one's used it as an insult, Foodie. It's just purely speculation based upon observed behaviours.
Talking about my sex life, if I'm getting any, if I'm not getting any. Worry about yourself, because clearly you ain't either.
Is that a confession, Foodie? And you guys, you're not getting any either. So, by that statement then, you're not getting any. Okay. Thank you for proving us correct. Would explain your bloody bad moods, wouldn't it?
And trust me, I've been scammed. picturing you two scissor sistering is a lot more gross.
That's homophobic.
A lot more gross. All right. If anything, the one who should be getting a lawsuit against anyone is YouTube for platforming this shit. This targeted harassment when they're not supposed to allow people to target one person over and over again.
Bite the hand that feeds you, Foodie. See how far that gets you.
Oh, I won't be, KJ. You're delusional to think that I'm going to be back in Canada alone in a year. You're a moron thinking and assuming with your ass for a head that you know anything about my fucking life. So get the hell out of here. I know that's what you pray for. You're waiting. It's been 2 years. You're going to be waiting a lot more. And you're, like I said, you're going to have to watch. You're going to have to wait here and watch, angry and mad. Cope and Sneed. My husband is not leaving, going anywhere. You know why? Because he loves me.
Sure, Jan.
And I know that that idea makes you mad. And it's unfathomable to you. 2 years. Over 2 years. You think that he's going to put up with me for a couple $1,000s a month?
I do, yes. Because it saves him having to get a job, doesn't it? He can just laze around. And the other factor is, of course, Canada. He probably thinks it's still a possibility. And for as long as that possibility exists, and he can't find anybody better who earns more, he'll continue to stick with you.
Marrying you to get to Canada. It's the long, and then they say it's the long scam. Okay. They're done. This would be like a long, long scam then, because
The scammers that have been doing it for 10 years, Chantal. So this is relatively short time frame in comparison.
even if I did end up in Canada alone, who cares? What does that matter? Just because I comment on the parenting, you put out those things about Sam and her parenting online. So I'm commenting on that. Second, I'm sorry, but it's my belief that if you're a parent, anyone can spread their legs, have someone, you know, give you a child. But a parent is somebody who shapes the morality of a young, impressionable person.
Okay, so explain how your mom's behaviour turned you into such a hateful piece of shit, Chantal. I guess we now know who we have to blame for your lack of moral fortitude.
Okay, so if you have young, impressionable children in your home and you raise them off of hate money, bullying fat people, saying that you have a fat podcast, saying the most disgusting things every day about people, you don't think that's going to rub off on them, no matter how much you try to keep them away from it? That's not true, because in her earlier days, when she was doing her podcast, when she was even still with her man, she had her young kids in the room screaming around. I could hear them. And she was talking mad shit about Amy Slayton. So that negative energy you bring into your household raising a child, I have a right to comment about that. And then for you to turn around and say that I abortion shame and infertility shame in response, yeah, that's equal. But you're not a parent, so just because I'm not a parent doesn't mean I can't comment on on parents. By that logic, if you see a child being abused, you're not allowed to say anything about it? Oh, shut up, you friggin' loser. Recoiled? Oh yeah, he recoils. He literally always, just because we're not making out, okay. He literally always randomly says I'm beautiful, how he loves me, I'm his queen, okay.
Of course he's going to say those things, Chantal. He wants to keep his hopes of getting to Canada alive. He wants to keep that money rolling into his bank account. So he's going to tell you what he thinks you want to hear. If you haven't figured that out for yourself by now, you're even stupider than I thought.
People in Kuwait are not pieces of crap like they are over there. They're not, I'm sorry. Like these people. I'm not saying everyone in the West is crap. Obviously not. I'm from the West, But I'm saying these people, these haters, are disgusting, and there's no people like that here.
How would you know, Chantal?
Yes, Shay.
You never leave the apartment.
Hey, Bear.
Unless you're going to get food.
So, my man, Monroe, I get that, but he's here with me all the time. And when he's not, if he's doing something for work or whatever, he's video chatting me. His location's on. He's sending me videos, pictures. I have nothing to worry about.
Wow. Shows how much you really trust him, doesn't it? If he's got to keep live chatting you and sharing his location with you. Blimey.
Now they're reading into his body language. Oh sure, only when it's convenient for you, but you ignore every other loving thing we do, please.
That is one big pile of shit.
No, he does it to prove to me, he does it for me. But even then before, every time he goes out, yeah. Sometimes I'll be doing the dishes and he'll be calling, babe. But we don't have to prove anything to you. We don't have to prove our love to you. The logic is even stupid. Let's say I'm paying for love. Let's just assume. Do you think that I would pay for someone who doesn't touch me?
Of course!
No. You're gonna be touching everything. So they're not consistent with their bullshit. They're just not. So stupid. You said you found a loophole. We're still married. It's a legal loophole. Because technically, if you Google, maybe custom, if you Google, can you get married on a tourist visa here? Technically, I think in some places it will say no, whatever. So, what did we do? I've said it a million times. I did a video on it at the courthouse.
Correction.
Like-
You did a video outside the courthouse, which proved nothing.
We went to the courthouse. He appealed to the courthouse. He didn't appeal. Once you said I will give you anything, just fake love me. That was about a completely different relationship, and that was a joke. Why do people take every little thing I say so literally? Like, my God. Yeah, they did reject at first. Yep. They said we can't get married on a tourist visa. So we went to the courthouse again and appealed. He appealed. And got by with a little help from friends and family. But it's legal, so who cares? If it wasn't legal, it wouldn't have been done at the courthouse. Like, do you guys not remember how unhealthy I was there? I was bigger there at one point. I was 402 pounds in the hospital with a blood sugar of 18. I've never been 400 pounds here.
Sure, Jan.
Everything is more expensive in Canada. You can't afford to live in Canada. Like, why would I want to go to a place that's super more expensive? Like, doesn't make sense. No more boobs, Tracy. Yeah, go call her ugly. Now. I'm just joking. I'm kidding. All this side begging. No. Yeah, Tracy, don't feel bad. Like, I don't want you to feel bad.
Or maybe you should have thought of that before you read her for filth in front of your entire chat, Chantal.
No. See what happens when I try to... Oh! Baby! I can't hug her. Baby! Why do you hate Mom?
Leave her alone, Foodie. When are you going to get the message? She doesn't
Hannah.
want you near her.
Bye, Bally. Okay, guys, thanks for beezing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Inshallah. Bye.
Alright, everybody, that's the end of the video. Thank you ever so much for dropping by and listening to me waffle on. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe and you'll get notified of the next video when it drops. Thank you ever so much, guys. You take care. Thanks again. Bye.